Hello, I just wanted to do a video to talk a little bit about Reiki spirit guides. Now, I would get emails regularly from the Reiki Association in the States, and one of the ones I got a good wee while ago, but I kept it because I found it was this bit here called Your Reiki Spirit Guides. Now, this is an article written by Deborah Lloyd, who's a Reiki master in the States. And in it, she's saying, in my lineage of Reiki masters, we are taught that each of us is assigned a Reiki spirit guide at the time of our Reiki level 1 attunement. This spirit guide works with us each time we do Reiki, whether it's for others or ourselves. He assists us in reaching a meditative state, maintaining a clear channel for the universal life force energy, and guiding our hands to the best positions for the needs of the client. So the more we use Reiki, the greater the connection we will feel with our specially chosen guide. So I just want to talk a bit about that. Do any of you believe that you have a specially chosen guide? Just silence my phone here a wee second. That you have a Reiki guide? Did you feel that you have someone with you whenever you do Reiki? Or perhaps you feel that you have an angel that comes close to you, or an ancestor, or do you just specifically ask for specific people when you're doing Reiki? Like maybe ask Archangel Raphael, please come close to me now, because he's the Archangel of healing. So I just wanted to tell you a story as well about whenever I first started 20 years ago to do Reiki. I was practicing on my days off from my job. I was practicing Reiki and reflexology in a little shop in Lurgan called Mirage. And there was a little room at the back that was kept for me to work in. Now, the owner told me that one day that she walked down the back to do something, and that the room that I work in, the door was left ajar a little bit. And when she looked in, she saw a Tibetan monk standing in the room. And she said she turned away and looked, and he was still there. And all he did was he just bowed at her like this, and she walked back. And she says, that same day, she actually had messaged me to ask me, is everything okay? And of course, when I got out of work and I phoned her, I says, yes, why? She told me the story. So she said later that day as well, she thought, was I saying things? What's going on? But then another guy who was working in the shop as well, doing other things, she said to him, come on down to Pearl's room to see what you think. And she says he went down, looked, came back up, he said, yes, there's two Tibetan monks standing in Pearl's room. And she told him that she had seen one. He says, no, there's two there, but they're both with Pearl, it's okay. They're with her when she does her Reiki here. And I remember thinking at the time, oh, isn't that fantastic? It actually made me feel good knowing that there was someone or some people like that working with me. Because when I went the weekend after I did my Reiki Master teacher training, I also went down to Belfast. There was an event happening at the Buddhist place in Belfast, and there were attunements to the medicine Buddha taking place. So I went down and I got attuned to the medicine Buddha as well. So I had received that energy as well. And I do think, because my first lineage of Reiki was actually with Jeremiah, with Kathleen Milner brought through. And she had brought that through with the Buddha. So that's why it made such sense to hear that there were Tibetan monks in my room. And, it made me feel good. I felt really good that they were there. So anyway, of course, since that, when I'm practicing Reiki, I would ask sometimes, depending on what it is or who it is I'm doing it for, perhaps Archangel Raphael, who is the healing angel, archangel, to maybe bring the colour green round the person, which is this emerald green cloak of healing, for him to be near. Sometimes I would ask then for their ancestors and their guides, obviously I'd ask their guides and angels to be with them as well. And, it depends on what. Sometimes I've asked for the medicine Buddha, and he would be blue in colour. Sometimes I've seen in the past, maybe if it's a particular time of the year, like beginning of February, I would ask the goddess Bridget to come through, because she's also a goddess of healing of Ireland here. So, I do ask for different energies to please come close and work through me. And again, it depends on who the person is I'm working with. And something that would fit in with their belief system as well. I would try to make sure to match that for them too. And of course, since I've done the Holy Fire Reiki training from, it was 2020, I did the first one of that. So that brings through the Holy Spirit and Jesus too. So I just thought I would share this with you anyway, and I would love you to share any experiences you've had of having your own Reiki guide with you, or of having angels with you, or how you channel the Reiki, or who you ask to channel through you, because we are just the conduits of the energy. The energy is universal earth energy, and we are just simply asking for it to come through us to the person for their greater and higher good. So I'll leave that with you now, and I would really love you to tell me though what your experiences are of having a Reiki guide, or of angels working with you when you're doing Reiki for someone. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.